order for you to receive the workshop kits, you have to register Eventbrite. Okay. So welcome again to Chronicles of Carla Mae. We're live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook. I finally got the Facebook, the YouTube live up and going. So as you can see, we have right here, we have a painting that I've done. And that painting is basically for the person who can tell me what happened to my earring. In order to do that, you have to look at the video before this. In the morning, 6 o'clock this morning, I came on and started my live in celebration of the coronation day. Haile Selassie I coronation day is today, November 2nd, 1930. Selassie I was coronated as King of Kings and Lord of Lords and conquering line of the tribe of Judah, elect of himself and earth's rightful ruler. So we want to remember that day, and share information, and basically try our best to remember. Okay, to remember. That's the thing. As you guys know, I am a very busy person. I am thankful that I could be able to do this live, and because I'm awaiting the graduate school now. I'm submitting my edits to the graduate school so that I could be able to get their stamp of approval and be able to, pass my dissertation through the channels so that I could be able to get my dissertation stamped. And the main thing about a dissertation is getting it published. Excuse me, I want to get it published. So it's important that it's right. This is another quote. I'm quoting Haile Selassie I all day today. Another quote from this book right here. And the quote is from chapter 9, verse 32. Well, section 32. It says, poverty, fear, ignorance, and disease are not problems vanquished in the wake of scientific progress. They are the problems with which we struggle from day to day. Okay? Landless people without any land, must have the opportunity to possess their own land. This is so key. So why can't we get land grants for individuals? So if you are an individual and you want some land, you should be able to get a land grant to get you that land once you're going to be planting food on it, or you're going to be, living on it, a place for your housing and shelter. So I think that's so key, to give out grants for land, for purchasing land. Okay. So that's a quote, Haile Selassie I quote. We also have, there's an article that I found from Sue France on the Macmillan Learning. And she asked the question, to conform or not to conform. And during the pandemic, we all have to wear masks. And there is this overwhelming, feeling of mask wearing and the pressures to wear masks. If you don't wear any, someone else wears it, they're going, and you don't, it's a pressure. So Sue France has an article called To Conform or Not to Conform. And I'll put this in the description here about this article, because it's important that you know this, especially if you're educators, because she provided discussion prompts for wearing mask or not, and it's in 4 parts, part A to D, and it's basically very interesting to look at how that works. Okay, I can't share it on my YouTube, but I can see if I can share it in my Facebook comments. Yeah, I can. So you can get the article from in my Facebook comments, and you can see for yourself about that. I wanted to share that with Chronicles of Carla Mae. Now, I also want you to know that the Chronicles of Carla Mae, it's a new podcast, and it's by me, Carla Sewer. It's conversations about me and my research, conversations with experts on specific topics that interest me, such as children and families, conversations with family and friends, asking 2 questions: what do you like and don't like about me? Getting advice and taking accountability. This is important as I do my Chronicles of Carla Mae, because it's going to be actually a spin-off into my public life. I am going into public office, and I want to be able to be transparent and establish who I am from the beginning. So this is important for me to do this Chronicles of Carla Mae and be able to establish that. So I went ahead and posted that article. And then my music is being muted in certain places because of the copyright. So I understand that part of it. But you can see in the background, I have my music that's playing. We're chanting ISIS. So I am. And that's fine. Facebook is telling me that my video is partially muted in some countries because it may contain music that belongs to someone else. So, and that's fine. Facebook. I am going to go ahead and in the Chronicles of Carla Mae, this first podcast is introducing myself, basically. So who I am. And what I found was I found some information about me that I have. Oh, I have a call coming in. It's my son from California. Let's get him on live. Greetings, you on live, Facebook Live. Happy Coronation Day. Huh? Okay, well, I have you on live. I want to ask you a question. What do you like about me?
I love you, your hair, your face.
Okay, and what do you not like about me?
Nothing.
Ah! Okay, everybody, this is my son in California. He's calling me today to say Happy Coronation Day to everybody.
Yes, I am.
Yes, how you feeling today?
Good, feeling good.
Good, good, good. And what did you eat? You ate some good food?
Yeah, no, not yet.
Not yet?
No.
Okay, you still driving?
No.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Okay, let me FaceTime you so you can see my painting. I just painted today. Okay, so that's my first birth. I had a first birth named Callis. He changed his name to Thomas. And that's my painting I'm showing him. So this is my first birth, Callis. And in my podcast, Chronicles of Carla Mae, I just asked my first son, what does he like about me? He said, my hair and my face. Mwah. And he's my first birthday. Mwah, I love him. Yes. He was reading at 4 years old. He was reading. Okay. He would say his prayer before he ate his food when he was 2 years old. So he is a blessed one. There he is right there. Yes, we chanted for the coronation day. Okay. Did you get some new clothes?
I ordered some online.
Okay, you're gonna get some new ones?
Yeah, some jerseys.
Okay. Some jerseys. Okay. So you in the car? Okay. Okay. I want you to take care of yourself now. I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to remember that. Okay. That was my first son, and we want to send out a special shout out to my first son, Callis Russell Cuthbertson, also known as Mebrek, and also known to himself now as Thomas DeLong. So that was amazing that we got a call from him. I want to say to thank everybody for supporting and helping him while he was in the hospital. He was in the hospital. He had a stroke and he's recovering from brain surgery. I want to say thank you to everybody for your extending your prayers and your support for him. He's a young person. He's going through some mental challenges, and mental health is an important topic. Is one of the topics that's going to be discussed in Chronicles of Carla Mae. Mental health. So mental health is a topic that we're going to discuss in the Chronicles of Carla Mae. All right. And it's a very tough topic. It's a topic that is close to me, to my heart, because I have family and I have friends that are suffering from mental health. And we cannot dismiss them. We have to support them in any way that we can. So that is very key. I also, before we got the phone, share with you information about myself and who I am. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And we're going to share basically who I am. I have a book coming out. It's called, and I have it a copy, right here. It's called Child of the Virgin Islands. It's a memoir. It's in 2 parts. Part 1 is coming out 2021. I've been working on this book for about maybe 10 years now. And I am editing it myself. It is self-published. And these are my words from me. Okay. This book is very dear to me because it is basically for my children. So my children can hear from myself, my story. They've heard stories about me from all kinds of people, from their own family, that were kind of negative. So I want to be able to have this for them, that they could read it when I'm not here, and they can get a piece of me and learn something. So this book is dedicated to my children, and it's called A Child of the Virgin Isles. And the reason I'm calling it A Child of the Virgin Isles is because I feel that the Virgin Islands I'm a product of that place. And I grew up there. I was born on St. Thomas, raised on St. John, and I grew up in the Virgin Islands, St. Croix. I competed. So I'm a Virgin Islander all around, for real. Okay. So this book is coming out January 2021. I'm going to be having a art show and a book signing where you can come and purchase these books. You can come and look at my art. You can't take pictures of it, my art, but you can look at it. You can try, you want to purchase one, you can. I'm going to have some artwork on sale. And then this book is going to be on sale. It might not have the same cover. It's got more pages than this. And it's chronicling my life. So Chronicles of Carla Mae is a new podcast, which is what you're watching right now. And this podcast is actually going on the hour, every hour this today. Okay. This podcast is going to be airing today throughout the day, but I'm doing 1 hour blocks of time. So this morning I got up and we did a 6 o'clock hour. We did a 10 o'clock hour. Well, not 10, a 9 o'clock hour. We did a 12 o'clock hour. And that's where we're at right now, the 12 o'clock hour. So we're doing that, and we are actually going into this hour. We're about 16 minutes in. So what I wanted to do was to share a little bit about myself and who I am. Why am I doing Chronicles of Carla Mae? And why am I writing a book, a memoir of myself? Why am I doing a parenting with Pies workshop December 4th? Sign up now. You're going to get a workshop kit with the workshop information you're going to be using in the workshop. It's an hour workshop and then 30 minutes for questions. Now, the 30 minutes for questions is based on, we're going to be asking questions. You can ask questions. I'm going to ask questions of you. You're going to fill out a brief little survey. So that 30 minutes is going to be used for that as well. The hour workshop, you're going to get information. We're going to do involvement activities, and you're going to have the other access to resources. Okay. And that is going to be happening. That's going to be happening on December 4th. December 4th is the day that I chose to actually do the workshop. You can register online. You need to put your name and your mailing address where you're going to be getting the workshop kits, where you want the workshop kits to be sent to. You're going to need that. Okay, you're going to need the workshop kits. So that's why you have to register in advance in order to be able to receive the workshop kits to be able to use in the workshop. Okay. Now, so when we're looking at the parenting workshops, and if you have questions throughout this live feed, please feel free to ask any questions that you may have. I'm going to go into the YouTube chat and you can ask your questions here. Okay. It's open for you to be able to do that. And you can go ahead and ask from there. So let's take a look at the parenting with pies. And the parenting with pies is, like I said, December 4th. If you go to Eventbrite, you will be able to find the workshop there on Eventbrite. Okay. So, and I posted it on YouTube. So if you want to find it there, you can. You go to Eventbrite and you sign up, you register, and you pay your $27.99. That's going to cover the shipping for your workshop kits as well as your registration fee. All that is included in there. This is free, a free workshop, but you have to pay for the workshop kits. Okay. So the workshop kits, let me see my events. Manage events. Okay, so the workshop kits are going to be mailed out as soon as you register for the event. And it's an online event that's going to be taken, that's going to be, we're using the Zoom forum. So the Zoom forum is going to be having the workshop. All right. And these workshops are basically, and I'm going to read the Eventbrite, and I'll put the Eventbrite in the link so everybody can see what that is. So if you're interested in attending these workshops, you have to sign up like immediately to get them. Okay. And so Parenting with Pies is an hour workshop with 30 minutes extra for questions for parents with children from birth and beyond. Carla M. Sewer, that's me, is your workshop leader who will take you, the parent. This is for parents. There's a separate one for teachers coming up later on, but this one is for parents first, on a journey through the pies and how they can help us support child development and parent involvement, all of which involves stages of growth based on child development theory and current research. Parents and family members will get an hour of information, involvement, and insight into yourself as a parent. And just as children have stages of development, so do you, mom, dad, uncle, aunt, cousin, grandmother, and grandfather. Your registration will get you a workshop kit mailed to you before the workshop, chock full of fun stuff to support parents and families on their journey of producing productive people. So this workshop, like I said, is going to be able to be viewed and registered on Eventbrite. So what I'll do, I will go ahead and post the link in the comments where you can go ahead and register for this event. I will post it in the YouTube chat as well. And you can be able to use this link to register for the event. Once you register for the event, you will be in like Flynn, and you'll be able to see the information. What you're getting is $27.99, and that includes your shipping costs to send you your workshop kits, as well as the registration fee. Okay, my fee is $0. You're not paying for my expert posting at all. I usually charge a fee for my services. For parents, you only pay $27.99, and that will get you a workshop kit that you can use later on. It'll give you resources you can use for working with your child at home, as well as supporting your children through their learning experiences at school once we open back up for school. So, Chronicles of Carla Mae. We are here live on Facebook and on YouTube, and we're going for an hour with each of these live sessions. These live sessions are to introduce the Chronicles of Carla Mae, which is a new podcast that's coming out. It's going to be talking about research, teaching, and service. And I want to begin by actually looking at me, the host, Carla Sewer. I am from St. John. I was born and raised there. In 1984, I competed in the Hal Jackson Virgin Islands Talented Teen and won the competition, the only one ever from St. John to win. I got a letter on June 1st, 1984, from Lorraine L. Berry, who wrote to me and says, "Dear Carla, I wish to add my voice to those of your multitudinous admirers who have expressed congratulations on your selection as Miss Virgin Islands Talented Teen of 1984. I'm confident you will represent the Virgin Islands in the upcoming international competition with poise and grace, for you are amply endowed with both qualities. Please remember throughout the trying moments of the coming competition that all of us back home will be rooting for you. Also, always remember that even if you do not win, you merit our praise for trying and for giving it your very best shot. Sincerely, Lorraine L. Berry. And this was the legislature, the Virgin. I'm not sure what legislature this was, if it was a 27th legislature. I don't know which one it was. But that is what I got. I also got a certificate of achievement from Hal Jackson himself that was signed by him. I also got a letter from Congress, from the member of Congress that represents the Virgin Islands in Congress, Ron DeLugo. And Ron DeLugo's letter is dated June 30th, 1986. But let's read the June 7th, 1984, which was written to congratulate me for winning Hal Jackson's Talented Teen. Ron DeLugo says, please receive my congratulations on your selection as Miss Virgin Islands Talented Teen. I understand that you put on quite a performance with the acting piece from Once in a Lifetime. I am certain that I speak for all Virgin Islanders when I say that we are proud of you and wish you tremendous success next month in Hal Jackson's Talented Teen International Contest in Jamaica, West Indies. Congratulations and good luck. So that was the Congress and that was the legislature that supported my competing and winning the Hal Jackson Virgin Islands Talented Teen, of which I was the only one ever from St. John to ever win. So that's a big accomplishment. Also, in 1986, I won Miss St. John and got a letter from Ron DeLugo. Again, congratulations. It must be very exciting to win 3 titles in one day. I joined the St. John community in commending you on your victory and wish you a very happy term as Miss St. John. So that was really nice that the congressman wrote that. I was happy to receive that, and as you see, I've kept it all these years. In 1987, I won the Canil Bay Scholarship, which was presented to me by Jacqueline George. She was the director of human resources. I don't know where she is today, but she says, it is my pleasure to inform you this July 1987 on behalf of the Canil Bay Scholarship Committee that you have been chosen as a 1987 Canil Bay Scholarship Award winner. The committee was highly impressed with your academic achievement, your contributions to the community, and your ambitious goals and aspirations. Your scholarship award shall be presented shortly, and you contact the personal office for a time and date. And once again, congratulations. So Canil Bay, thank you so much for that. I was actually a finalist. I got a letter saying that I was selected as a finalist, and you are to be commended for your scholastic achievement and community involvement. And the final steps in our selection process will be a personal interview, which will be conducted by the committee at the Lutheran Church in Cruz Bay on St. John on Thursday, July 9th, 1987. Please call me at Canil Bay to confirm an appointment time. Again, congratulations. I look forward to meeting with you on the night. So I got the scholarship along with 2 other people, as you can see the article here. 3 of us won the scholarship. So that was a good experience and my first experience in scholarship winning. So after that, 1987, I went on to Wagner College. I never finished. I went and had my first birth that I spoke to just now, who is 20, who is 30. Oh my goodness, he's 30 years old already, and he is in San Francisco. So my first birth happened, and I decided to go ahead and have a baby instead of finishing college. So I was involved in the arts in New York. I auditioned for many things, and I auditioned for for a production by a trio of choreographers, and the New York Times art section came out January, what is that date? January 29th, does that say 29th? Oh my goodness. I can't. 19th. I think it's January 19th. Anyway, 1992. This is a year after I had my first son that you heard him on the phone. He was born in 1991. This is in 1992 when I performed, and the New York Times came and actually reviewed the play. And the New York Times said, "What made Oh Anita?" This was a works by a trio of choreographers, and they had a play embedded in their dance choreography. And the name of the play I was in was called Oh Anita. And Oh Anita was about the Clarence Thomas and Anita Hill hearings that the Senate had. And it's interesting because at the time, Joe Biden, who was running for president now, was in on these hearings. So it's interesting to see what how he was back then to today. But anyway, Jack Anderson from the New York Times, a very famous reviewer, reviewed and mentioned me in the review and said, what made Oh Anita observing was, oh my goodness, it is hard for me to read. Let me read it from this one. He said, Miss Rose's Oh Anita, the evening's most unusual offering was not really a dance, but rather a choreographed play with a text derived from the Senate confirmation hearings of Judge Clarence Thomas. Tony Palmieri was sometimes needlessly smiley as a senator, and Tanya Cunningham and Miss Rose occasionally overplayed their role as spectators. What made Oh Anita observing was the total sincerity of Ben Jacobs as Judge Thomas and of Carla M. Sewer as Professor Anita Hill. So this came out in the New York Times, January 1992. So that was interesting, and it was fun being part of that. My first paid gig as an actress in New York City. So as we move along through my life, I have kept information, and we're going almost 36 minutes now. So we're going to be going for an hour, and then we're going to end and then return again in the next hour. You know, every hour, all day today, we're doing Chronicles of Carla Mae. Okay. So in 1987 or 1992, then 1993, and 1994, 1995, 1996, I had my second child, Kala Raji. You see him on Facebook and YouTube. And in 1997, I started production with the National Park on St. John. And a letter from the then Superintendent Francis Peltier mentioned me very highly in terms of the programs that I was doing there. And the productions that were being done. And as a local St. Jonian, this was very important for the community to have someone from there telling and being, you know, in charge of this, of retelling of the history and the stories. We oftentimes get people from the outside coming in, interpreting our stories and telling them in in their ways. It was good to have some like myself to actually do that. Um, and I substitute taught within the Virgin Islands Education Department as a substitute teacher for a couple years. And when I was substituting at Joseph Gomez School, a little boy named Raheem T. Hendrickson gave me this letter. And I'm trying to find him right now to see where he is, what he's doing. I never wore a watch. I used to look at the time on the wall, and he wanted to give me a watch, according to this. So this was very nice of him to write me this note. So Raheem T. Hendrickson, if you're out there, if somebody knows you, call me. I want to see how you're doing. You know, I was your substitute teacher at Joseph Gomez Elementary School on St. Thomas. And this was in the year about 2004, maybe 2004, 2003, 2004. So in 1994, before I had my second child, my theater company I co-founded with my children's dad was on the way. And I wrote a letter to the newspaper, to the opinion section, give our children a love of the arts, which is so important. And I also did some teaching at Antilles School. I got a letter from the head of the school. I want to say Mark Marin, who was the headmaster. He had passed away. He fell in the shower and he had passed away, and that was so sad. This was a while ago, so I say rest in peace to Mark Marin. But Antilles School invited me there, and they got a grant from VICA, and I did some theater workshops with the high school students. And this is a letter they sent me. I want to thank you for your wonderful program that you presented for the Antilles student body. The students that enrolled in this drama workshop received much in the way of theatrical movements and interpretation. I was quite amazed to see the students feel and react to the characters they were portraying. They were not simply uttering lines. They were expressing the feelings and the emotions that characters were representing. Yours was a job well done, and I do hope we have the opportunity to present further such workshops to our student body. This was an amazing workshop because it was done in stages, and the students did an amazing job, and it was coordinated well. Antilles School, I say thank you. I say thank you to VICA and all of those supporters. Now, I also worked in the community, doing productions within the community under the auspices of Caravana Ensemble Theater Company that I founded with my ex-husband, with my children's dad. I like to say, I don't like to say ex-husband, but with my children's dad. And we are still very good friends. We started out that way, so we are that way. That's another topic in my podcast about marriage and divorce and how that happened for me. That will be another topic in the podcast, marriage and divorce. So I'm writing these topics down. If you have a topic that you want me to talk about, please, send me the topic that you want me to talk about. Okay. Thank you for whoever liked my video on YouTube. I appreciate you. And for the people who are in here on my Facebook Live, I want to say thank you. My sister, Charla Dow in Maryland, thank you for your shout outs, and all of you for supporting my endeavors. I want to also read a letter I got in 1995 from the AKA sorority Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, December 13, 1995. And it's from Miss Lucinda Parsons, who's one of my mentors. She's a teacher at the Julia Sprouse School, and she's a mentor of mine. She has been teaching at Sprouse School for so many years. She's a veteran teacher. She can do workshops for teachers. So I want to invite her to come on to NEGA's Education World Specialist and share with our teachers and parents on family engagement and what she knows about that. But she wrote a letter. She was the program's committee chairman at the time in 1995, December 13th. She wrote, "Dear Ms. Sewer, thank you for agreeing to have your students from the Caravana Workshop Group at Sprouse School perform in the first ever public Kwanzaa celebration on St. John. We look forward to being entertained by the beautiful drama presentations usually done by your students. This very special event will take place in the Cruz Bay Park on Tuesday, December 26, 1995, beginning at 6 o'clock p.m. So Caravana was very busy working in the community, doing programs, presentations, and working with the National Park Service. I want to also say, Joe Kess, not the president of the Friends anymore. Him and his wife left the island, and Christina Kessler left me some wonderful books of hers and wonderful artwork that she did, and I miss them so much. But I don't know if this is true, but Andrew Rutnick is now the president of the Friends of the Virgin Islands National Park. If this is true, I heard this through the grapevine. If this is true, please comment and let me know if it's true. If it's not, then correct me, because I like to be corrected if I'm not right about something. Okay, so I was a public school teacher for 2 years, teaching at Julia Sprouse School. And before that, when I went to Wagner College on Staten Island, I brought my dresses from Miss St. John up with me to my college. And I don't know why I brought them with me. Anyway, there was a fashion show, and I agreed to participate in the fashion show. And I was, agreed to wear one of my dresses. And one of the dresses is a pink dress that was designed by a designer on St. Thomas. And it's pink ruffles mermaid dress. Beautiful dress. Anyway, someone did not think so highly of me being in the fashion show. And I'm reading this to let you know that whenever you have people that don't like what you're wearing, or they don't like what you're doing or saying, you have to remember that they are people too. And sometimes hurt people. So you have to empathize with people who are, number one, being anonymous and not telling you who they are, and leaving notes for you. So this is a note I got when I was at Wagner College on Staten Island. And this is what it said. "Carla, I am a friend of yours who observed people's reaction to the gown that you're wearing for the dynasty scene. They were all laughing and talking behind your back, saying how ugly the dress is. However, I regret to inform you that I have to agree with them that the dress is absolutely hideous. And as a friend, I'm pleading with you, please," this is all caps, an exclamation point, "please, please, do not, I repeat, do not wear that gown in the fashion show. I can guarantee that you would be the laughing stock at the fashion show." And it's Friend, period. Friend. With a friend like that, who needs enemies? And it said, P.S. I am not trying to hurt you in any way. I am just trying to spare you worse pain down the line, which will certainly come if you wear that dress at the fashion show. Well, knowing me and everybody, people who know me, really know me, I wore the dress at the fashion show. I wore the dress at the fashion show. And the reason I did is because I had to say, if you are such a friend, why couldn't you tell me to my face instead of typing this letter? They actually typed this letter out. Okay. And I saved it, because it's important to save job denial letters. It's important to save these things so that you can show them like now. Okay. What else? This is the dress. You can probably see it. It's black. This is a black and white picture, but the dress is pink. Okay, it's pink, and that's what happened. Okay, I have letters from my dad that I'm going to be reading on my Chronicles of Carla Mae, which is going to be a topic: father, daddy, and daughter. Daddy and daughter. And that's a topic. How has your dad's influenced you? My dad has influenced me to the point where I'm painting. I'm painting seascapes. Okay. And these seascapes have been influenced by my dad. My dad is an artist. Okay. He's a wood carver. He's an artist. He does it all. And he's at the age where you think he would be sitting down, but he's not. I also, as we finish up our live, we got 10 minutes. This is a picture of my 3 fire angels. I call them fire angels because fire is love, and they're angels of love. This one here is my last birth. She is my home birth. Okay. This middle one is my middle birth. This one, Brooklyn born, St. John raised. This one is my first birth. And that one, was Manhattan born. Okay, Manhattan born. So these are my 3 children, and this book is dedicated to them so that they can hear firsthand from me my story. Because I know they're going to hear stories about me like you never believed, okay? So I am writing it in my book here that they can have it. So that is my children, and in my Chronicles of Carla Mae, I don't know, some of you may have seen the little teasers that came out, but in those teasers, you will see my children there. She's on my blanket, laying down there with a thing. Okay, so when you're live, all kinds of stuff happens. I had to move the dog someplace else. So anyway, as we wrap up our Chronicles of Carla Mae, I also have to say, during my life, I was also modeling. And there is, in 1993, okay, this came out, a spread in the VI Daily News. And I want to say shout out to Steve Rockstein for actually, being the photographer on this. And that was interesting because I want to shout out to Sandra Gamanciang. She also was in on the photo shoot with me. I was with her actually. She's a amazing person as well as model and a wonderful source for information. She was the news. She not was the news, but she was giving out the news on TV2 news, I believe. If I'm mistaken, please correct me because I know this is live. So, and then let's see what else. And then in I'm not sure when this was. This was a tribute to Myra Keating Smith. Myra Keating Smith was a midwife on St. John, and this play that I did called Nenny Myra was about Myra Keating Smith. And Myra Keating Smith was a relative of mine. I never knew, but she was a relative of mine. And Caravana did this production of Nenny Myra, and I portrayed her. So I enjoyed that. That was very good. Also, I can't leave out David Edgecombe, University of the Virgin Islands, David Edgecombe, his play called Making It. I was part of that play called Making It, and we took the play to Montserrat in the Caribbean, and there's a volcano on that island. It was dormant at the time. When I climbed up that volcano, I was the first one to reach the top. After we left the island, the volcano erupted. Don't blame me. I don't know what happened there. But the play Making It was a hit. This was the actor that I played opposite of. And this is the photograph that Steve Rockstein took on the beach at Lime Tree Beach on St. Thomas. Here is Sandra Gamanciang and myself. These are actually pictures of the production in Cinnamon Bay. We're directing the production in Cinnamon Bay, and a carving of my dad. You can see this carving my dad made right there. So that's where I get my art from. If anyone's interested to know where I got this stuff from. So when we go through, I'm going through this because I think that is so important to be able to share about me before we get into the Chronicles of Carla Mae and get into the juice of what this new podcast is going to be. So this new podcast is kicking off today, all day, Chronicles of Carla Mae. And we're going to be looking at the topics that we're going to, and our next podcast is going to be coming out in December, right after we do our Parenting with Pies workshop. We're going to be having Chronicles of Carla Mae again in December. We're going to be doing that December 7th. Okay, December 7th, our next podcast, Chronicles of Carla Mae. So every month we're going to have this Chronicles of Carla Mae, and it might not be the whole day like this, but it's going to be specific topics, and it will be an hour or less for you all. So with that being said, I also want to be able to share with you my paternal family, because my maternal family, my mother's family, is from St. Lucia, and I lack information about them. So my paternal father, his family comprises of his dad, that's in the middle here, Victor Sewer. Okay. And then all of these are his siblings. Some of them even passed as white. and went to New York and lived there, based on the fact that this was their family. Okay. These pictures, I want to say thank you to Almeed Mitchell out of Florida, who gave me those pictures to add to my collection. I want to thank her for giving me those pictures to continue to research our family's stories. And we have quite a few. So we have 5 minutes left in our live. We're getting up to the hour mark. And I want, if you have any questions, please make your comments below. I'm not going to be talking too much about business today. I'm talking about the coronation day, November 2nd, 1930, the coronation day. I'm going to leave you all with a few quotes that I think is important and that I mentioned in one of my teasers for Chronicles of Carla Mae podcast. So this is from the chapter 2, Education. We are determined to be masters of our fate, owners of our wealth, and capable of removing the adjective dark from the name of our continent. Education, that of the nation and of the individual, is the bastion of this goal. Knowledge paves the way to love, and love in its turn fosters understanding and leads one along the path of great common achievements. Loyalty, which one of my first guests mentioned that I have. Loyalty inspires understanding, and understanding, cooperation. These are the clearest evidence of strength. So, as a leader in my community, I am thankful that I have these qualities in order to be strong in this time. Education of the youth is the surest guarantee for a better life. In all the countries we have visited, we have noted that education is the basis for the greatness, the power, the pride, and the prosperity of a nation. This is so key. This is the words of His Majesty Haile Selassie I, the wonderful words that have echoed in my heart. And even though I'm familiar with these words, I want you all to be too, because these are not the words of the oppressor. These are the words of the Almighty. And I'm going to boldly go, as we say at Texas Women's University, boldly go. I'm going to boldly go and say, it is important to shed the old and garner yourself with the new. Yes, your grandmother told you to say Jesus. Your mother's mother told you. It's been from generation to generation that you've been raised to say the oppressor's names. That's just how it is. I am coming to you and I'm saying to you, listen, here is the new name. If you cannot be born again, you are not going to get into the place of the Most High. Now, I might get some flashback about this, but I'm telling each one of you that I respect each one of you. I respect how you believe. I respect how you feel. And I respect the fact that these names may be dear to you, okay? They may hold some kind of significance to you in times when you called on those names when you were lost and you got help, and that's fine. However, I am pleading with everybody to look, and if you want health and happiness, you have to look at Selassie I. Jah Rastafari is the only way to true health and happiness, okay? Because through Rastafari, through the teachings of Haile Selassie first, your bodies are your temples. Your body is a temple of the Most High God Almighty, Jah Rastafari. So in that knowledge, we have to keep our temples clean, very clean, so that our Creator can manifest. So with that being said, I want to thank each one of you for coming on to my Facebook Live, looking at Chronicles of Carla Mae. We're at our 1 hour time, and we will be returning later today for more Chronicles of Carla Mae.